movie.
You know that movie was amazing, Chris. You know it.
Well, essentially, the year 2020 has been canceled.
Yeah,
That's the best way to put it.
yeah.
So, Kyle, like, how are you? How are you
Well,
dealing with this, first
I'm
of all?
we are trying to. Well, you know me. I like playing Magic the Gathering,
I know you're a
so
nerd,
yeah.
and
But
nerds get spanked with moon rocks.
hey, hey, listen. The coolest part is like because of the new announcements that came out, they're doing Godzilla. They're doing alternate frame arts of Magic card creatures because the theme is kaiju, and they just made a deal with Toy. What was Godzilla? Who owned Godzilla? Toya,
Toei, I think it's
Toei,
Toei.
Toei.
Yeah.
They made a deal with Magic the Gathering to put Godzilla creatures on their Magic
Oh,
cards.
wait, no, it's Toho, I
Toho,
think.
yeah, Toho.
That's
It's the
it,
same company
Toho.
that does the animation for My Hero. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, that's some cool stuff right there. And they're trying to like promote like Magic Arena and stuff just to keep people distancing. So, and we have other
It's
ways.
on the
We
cell phone, right? Magic Arena?
no, you can play it. It's on PC.
Oh, so wait, can you play it on your phone too? Or
Eventually, it's supposed to go to your phone.
okay.
Like eventually, I feel like it should be on your phone though.
Yeah, totally. Like,
Come on, Hearthstone did it. Like Hearthstone started as a PC game, then it went to mobile later.
yeah.
So, but right now, but me and my friends are using like I think because we like using all the cards, and they just practice the standard where they do a rotation of cards every year.
Nice.
So we're doing that. Our friend Joe, who's a wizard, made servers for us and everything. We're also using Discord as well. That's how I
Cool.
started experimenting with it more, and now we're here. So
Indeed.
yeah, like that's how we're handling it right now. A bunch of games coming out. I mean, I just bought some Humble Bundle stuff because I got a new computer so we can handle this a lot better too. So, like,
Ah, so you're part of the PC master race.
I'm
What
happy.
what what's it like being superior to everyone now, Kyle?
I can't play everything on ultra settings. That's it. I'm only
Okay.
medium settings, but
Okay.
it's
You've
good
left
now.
me in the dust with my grandpa consoles.
uh, I will say
You're
this:
like,
it is good to get some games that I haven't been able to play in a while, like because Microsoft put their games on PC now, like Gears of War. If I was able to play Gears of War 4 and 5, uh, play Sea of Thieves, I was like, it's okay. I played Super Lucky Tail, which is actually a pretty good platform. I really enjoyed it. But Steam sales are okay. I actually just bought two games just recently because they were on the Microsoft Game Studio stuff. Oh, and Game Pass. Gotta love that.
indeed.
Yeah, but I just bought Quantum Break, which
Is that one of those like weird story based games made by that guy that made Heavy Rain, or is that something
no,
different I'm
no,
thinking?
no, it's made by the people who did that did Max Payne.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
or is it 3D Realms? I don't remember, but it's from the same people who did Control. So, oh no, Alan Wake. There we go, Alan Wake. Same
Okay.
people, same people who did Alan Wake, and the game
That
was
was like
really
that
interesting.
PS2 game, right?
Yeah, it was an Xbox 360 exclusive actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. The game was interesting because it involved time travel and everything, and yeah, it also had Iceman from the Fantastic Four, not Fantastic Four, X Men. Sorry, Fox, I get your characters all mixed up.
Is it bad that when you said Iceman, my mind immediately went to Top Gun, and I was just like, "Whoa!" Like Val Kilmer was in the game, and then you're like
It
Iceman from X Men, and I'm like, "Right."
is kind of bad sometimes. I mean, how you been doing with everything right now?
Well, I mean, not to get too personal, but I do work in the health field, so I have been working for a limited capacity.
So you're
Um,
essential, which is good.
yes, yes. To make a long story short, we did close this week because we need to get better personal care gear, but we will be or personal protective gear. I think they call it PBG now, shorten it. But anyway, we need to get new gear, but we should be getting the gear pretty soon, so we'll be back to work on Monday, which it's a little scary, but
Hey,
you
dude, you
know,
get my salute from there. I mean, I think everybody does because
but
you actually have an important job, unlike a certain company that thought they were essential.
yeah, I mean, I'm not really dealing with anybody that's actually sick, but my job is to
Yeah,
work on the machines that make the medicine. But anyway, so
that's
I've been
that's
off.
that's kind of the point I was trying to say.
Yeah,
Like you're,
I've been off for a week though now, and I beat Mega Man Zero 1 through 4.
yeah, I remember you telling me. I was like,
And I started Mega Man ZX. I got to the end. I forgot how hard the end of that game is.
really? I
It,
should. I'm gonna
yeah,
eventually get that game. I might buy it on the Switch because they're all portable games. So you might as well get the system that is portable. It's also a console.
yeah. Mega Man ZX kind of ramps up in difficulty towards the end. I think ZX Advent is way easier, but yeah, I don't remember the last boss being as weird as he is. I have to get the hang of him again, but
Yeah, I know the people that did those games went on to do Gunvolt though, which is kind of like a
yeah,
spiritual successor to those games.
Gunvolt is great
Yeah,
on the 3DS.
oh,
I really like it.
I love
Yeah.
Gunvolt. I actually bought the collection for Switch, so
Yeah, whenever I get that system, I think I probably will do the same thing. I wish it was on a different system, honestly. Else I would have got it on like PlayStation already.
I,
But
f- I feel like eventually it will happen though.
yeah,
I feel like it will eventually happen. I think Inafune was the one that suggested that game to them. They
really.
Yeah, I think so, but like I think they want to make their own style game right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. A bunch of movies got delayed.
Oh, you want to get into it? What
Yeah.
are we talking about first, Kyle?
Well, let's just talk about like what just happened recently. Disney and Pixar's movie Onwards just went on Disney Plus actually last Friday,
Cool.
and I watched it. It was really good.
Nice.
It's just really sorry that was my phone. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
You got a treasure chest.
Yeah, yeah,
Just checking the phone.
yeah. I got shut down. It's nothing really, but
Yeah.
yeah, like it's a really good movie. It just sucks that it was only in theater for 2 weeks and didn't really make the money that it should have made for a Pixar film because it was really good and really different than you normally would see for a Pixar film. The way it's
Mm.
set and everything. It's a fresh take with Pixar, with still having the familiar themes.
Yeah, definitely need to check it out
Yeah, Disney
eventually.
Plus, go watch it. I recommend it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
technically the Spider-Man Star Lord's road trip movie. You always want it. I mean,
That's cool.
yeah. Plus, plus Sonic went on digital, which I immediately bought. And
Nice.
I love Jim Carrey in that movie. He was amazing. He was such a good Doctor Robotnik.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. I think my favorite line from him is, "You know what's tough about being the world's smartest man? Because you're always around imbeciles."
Hmm.
And I also love where he just talks like, tells them, hello there, Tim. You know what happened to the last guy that punched me? I don't know. It's like, well, I went home. You did you? I know. I remember you went to the principal's office. No, I went home, built myself a giant arm, and then punched him really hard. Then I did something really mean to him. He was only drinking through a straw for a whole year after that. Which I was
Hmm.
like, that got dark real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was
Well,
good.
that's cool.
I love that movie. It's just one of those
Yeah.
movies that's just fun, you know. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey got out early.
That movie's awesome, but I want to actually own like the actual DVD or
Yeah, it has a lot of
Blu-ray of it.
yeah because it had some really good action scenes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these movies, like I said, it just sucks that these movies have their like theatrical runs like cut, and and so like all those movies just happen to be that there, and that goes into into Mulan and everything, and Disney's other movies. Like Mulan just went into July now, which might help. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully everything will, be done with by July, hopefully.
Yeah.
It seems like
Another
we're in this till May from what I've read, but
yeah,
who
and
knows?
another thing I remembered, I just remembered actually was uh, it's also part of Disney. Disney just moved that one movie, Artemis Fowl, that was like in development hell for a while. It was supposed to be released last year. Then they delayed it and brought it out. That was supposed to come out in May, but then they were like, "Yeah, let's just switch it to Disney Plus."
Hmm,
But still, no new humans. No new mutants. Sorry, new mutants. Sorry,
right.
which that still hasn't gotten a new release either.
So it's just been delayed, but it has
Indefinitely. I'm just
indefinitely.
yeah, it's an
Wow.
indefinite delay right now.
Wow.
Everything else got a shift except for that, and I'm like, just release it on Hulu. Just release it on Hulu, guys. You delayed it way too long. This, I think people don't care at this point now.
Maybe.
Like this is its
So
fifth delay, right?
I don't know the exact number, but
I feel
it's been a while.
yeah, because I was working at the movie theater when that movie got the poster and everything, and then as soon as I saw it get delayed, we had to take down the poster.
Right. It was supposed to come out in 2018, right?
Yeah, April 13th on a Friday the 13th. The marketing
Yeah.
was good for that, but that was
Hmm.
because of the acquisition and everything. That's why. So they each had the there was never a reshoot actually. Apparently,
Oh wow.
yeah. So they were holding on to this movie for 2 years because of you know unforeseeable circumstances.
Right.
So yeah. So now we got to get into the Marvel shuffle. So Black Widow is now taking the place of Eternal, which is November 6th, and then the Eternals they're just shifting everything upward now.
Okay.
So
So Eternals is going to be in May now.
no, Eternals is going to be in February now.
It's going to be in February. Okay.
Yeah, and then the movie afterwards would be Doctor Strange after that one.
Really? Okay.
I think it's Doctor
Interesting.
Strange. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they gave a release date for Captain Marvel 2. I have to look that up real quick.
Okay.
Because this, I can't remember, because there's a lot of dates, so I can't remember it all. No one can remember all these dates off the top of their heads at once.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
None of
But,
this matters. I didn't
yeah.
know they announced Captain Marvel too, huh?
Well, they
Because
announced it. They announced it's going to have another female director, and they're going to have the writer that did WandaVision on there, which means they're
okay.
trying to stay away. I think Marvel is trying to stay away from that controversial couple that kept on, like, just, oh my God. Like, it was really bad how bad they were marketing that movie.
What? Captain Marvel?
Yeah, like, she was just like,
The movie made like $1 billion still, though.
yeah, there's still a billion. How much? A billion, right?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
made $1 billion, so it
Yeah.
worked, I guess.
I guess, but she was insane though. Like she was just saying like men should just sit this one out. And I'm just like, I found the tweets too, and I was just like, I wanted to make sure I was reconfirming these, and I was just like, she's a nut job.
Well, let's not get into that type of stuff.
Yeah,
There are
but she was
plenty other
one.
people
Yeah, there's like the
online
court,
that complain about
like
stuff like that.
yeah. We try not to be like that, but I was just like, oh, she's
Are you
cuckoo.
talking about the star or the director?
No, the director. The
Oh,
director's a
really?
cuckoo.
I didn't know
The
that.
stars the stars I get what she's trying to do and I get it, but she's doing it in all the wrong ways.
Hmm,
You know what I mean?
interesting. Yeah. So Black Widow will be in November now.
Yeah,
That
November
seems
6th.
that's so weird. Wow.
Yeah. So we have to hold up on our phase on our next phase. All right, here we go. So pulled here we go. This is the like this called the whole shift too. So okay. So Eternals was now going to be shifted to February 12th. Shang-Chi, which was going to take the February 12th, was going to take the February 12th, it now being moved to May 7th.
Okay.
Doctor Strange is moved to November 5th. And
Hmm.
then Thor Love and Thunder has been moved to November to from November to February 28th, and then Disney removed an untitled Marvel project from the slate, which probably might have been Spider-Man, because Sony had to delay that.
Yeah.
So, although Sony always tries to do a summer movie with that in July, that's been Spider-Man's thing.
Yeah.
So, I think they might have just delayed it to next year. But
Yeah, possibly.
2020, it says February 2020 will be Captain Marvel, which got bumped from July 29th to July 8th.
This
So
is 2022 or
yeah, 22.
2021?
Yep, 2022.
Okay.
Yep. And
Interesting.
I still think that's because like I think Captain Marvel is more ahead than Black Panther right now.
What in like development? Well, I know
Yeah,
the director of Black Panther has like a lot of other projects going right now, so
yeah,
that
and
might be
he
the
needs a
reason.
writer. He just needs the writer that's working on it while he's doing on it. Like I know he's working. He's the executive producer of Space Jam too.
I
I
Is that
know.
movie actually happening?
It apparently it is. It got a lot of people involved right now. LeBron James still wants to be a part of that movie.
So is Space Jam 2 going to be a biopic about LeBron James?
It probably is going to be about LeBron James retiring to golf and then playing with Looney Tunes.
Well, LeBron James never changed sports though. He's changed teams a couple times, I think, but he hasn't
Quiet. They don't
changed.
need quiet. They don't need. They just need it. It needs to be a mockumentary. That's how it's going to work.
There's nothing mockumentary about like Space Jam. It literally is what happened to Michael Jordan. So
Yeah,
why wouldn't Space Jam
you're
2 be
right.
the same thing?
You are right. Like I'm just saying, we could make things up. I mean, did you hear about what Space Jam 2 is gonna be actually? Like the official one?
What was it gonna be?
It was gonna be Tony Hawk. It was gonna be all about space. It was all about skateboarding.
Oh man, that sounds so awesome.
I was like, uh, I mean, at the time it makes sense.
That would have been way better than Boom Boom Hawk Jam.
Oh God, you
Oh
are right.
well.
You are right about that. That would have been so much better. Like that's what it was gonna be about apparently.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, you know
I,
what else that recently went up? Recently came up actually with James Gunn. Actually,
it's a
he said he actually did have a pitch for Scooby Doo 3.
Really? Was he
Yeah,
involved in like Scooby Doo
yeah.
movies?
He was the writer for the first two Scooby Doo movies.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the original Scooby Doo movies were gonna be satires of Scooby Doo.
Hmm. Interesting.
Like, have you not realized, like, in the first part of the movie, the joke where Scooby and Shaggy are like in the mystery van smoking, and they're really just smoking, like, like hamburgers and stuff.
Well, I'm gonna have to let you know this, Kyle. I'm like one of the few people in the world that like just doesn't like Scooby Doo like at all. So
You need to rewatch Scooby Doo. Like, you'll realize
yeah,
it's a
I've
satire.
never been a fan of Scooby Doo, even when I was a kid. It
Just
just
rewatch. Just rewatch. Just go watch the movies. Like, trust me.
I don't like Scooby Doo, so
There's a lot of
I'm gonna
jokes.
I'm gonna say no. All right.
Let me tell you something. There's a part in that movie where Fred and Daphne switch bodies, and he goes, "Hey, I could see myself naked," and like I'm just like, oh my god. It is hilarious. Even the guy who played Mr. Bean's in the movie. And there's like a great plot twist that made Tim Curry not want to go and do that movie. Chris?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You
You
went
just
like this.
started
You were
talking
frozen.
about Scooby Doo, and my eyes just glazed over, and I was just like, yeah,
No, it's like I
whatever.
said, it's just like I said, just check it out once in a check it out at least once.
Let's move
It's
on, Kyle.
yeah. But anyway though, I just found that funny. I just found that a little interesting though.
Yeah.
But yeah, now let's get to video games. The Last of Us got delayed indefinitely, which is
Okay.
which I could think I understand why. Not because of it's not because it's also not because of it's because of the virus, and they want to give it a physical release too. They don't want to just put it on digital
Well, I heard
exclusively.
also they were in like major like work mode for this, like crunch, in order to finish it to begin with. And now
Apparently,
that
the game is
everybody,
mostly done though.
hmm,
Like
interesting.
the problem is the shipping.
Okay.
So they said even if they wanted to put some new ideas, they don't have to worry about crunch now.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So like that's a good thing apparently from what I'm
When was
hearing.
it actually supposed to come out?
May 20 something, May 28th. That's
Oh,
it.
wow.
It's
So pretty
yeah,
soon. One
yeah,
more month.
yeah. But they decided to delay it because the because people don't want to spend like $60 on a game right now. It's like I think it's because of the state of the world right now and how it is. I mean, I feel like that like that and like here's the funny part is Ghost of Tsushima. I definitely rechecked with this because we're talking about this, but Ghost of Tsushima is definitely not delayed.
Well, that's good.
So right now,
Maybe they delayed Last of Us because of the subject matter. I mean, it
yeah, it,
does talk about like a weird disease that like turns people into like the
the
I
what
forgot what they're
called?
called, clickers or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the mushroom zombies.
yeah,
Which hilariously they based it. It's like a mutation version of the parasite, actually.
yeah. It's based on like a real thing. It's like a fungus in the
Yeah, I
rainforest.
mean,
And
here's you want to hear the good example I could come up with for even children to understand.
what's that?
You know the Pokemon Paris?
Do kids even know what Pokemon Paris is, Kyle? That's from like 20 years ago. That's old grandpa Pokemon.
I mean,
That shit
Chris,
ain't
there's
that shit
almost a
ain't
thousand
new.
Pokemon now.
What are you, a Gen 1er? Get out of here, you Gen 1er.
Yeah, well, in its Pokedex entry though, Chris, it talks about its mushrooms on its back, and it's actually a parasite.
Yeah,
And when it evolves, it turns into a zombie because the
right.
mushroom takes over. That's like the
Interesting.
best example of like how to explain it to a child.
I guess so.
Like, and it does that in Ant Kingdom, believe it or not. Like, it
Yeah.
does happen.
That's
Like,
cool.
yeah. So you might be right about that. That might be the subject matter. But then look at Resident Evil Zombies. That
It's
came out.
true.
That just
Yeah,
recently came out actually last Friday.
you're
So
right. Resident Evil 3
yep.
Nemesis.
They dropped that name though, Nemesis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just call it Resident Evil 3 now.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah, I played the demo though. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so anyway though, so this will lead us probably into the main subject right now, which is next generation consoles. And we believe that they could be delayed because of
I
this.
think they have to be. Honestly, I mean, who's making them?
I mean, yeah. Also think of it from this direction. Like remember our recession, like when we hit the 5 year mark, nobody actually bought didn't want they like Sony's like no one wants to buy like a new console right now. That's why they made like the move in the Connect.
Yeah. Um. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You're like still right now.
Okay. Cool.
But I still
Cool.
hear you, so you're fine.
All right. All right. Yeah. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with them. Sony, as far as I know, has been saying, they're going to go forward in the holiday 2020. But if they're delaying games, I would imagine they eventually will have to delay hardware. Either that or they're going to release the console and there's going to be an extremely limited amount available to the public.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying too. So
Like even worse than usual.
just so you know, Chris, your
Since
webcam is off, so it's recycling on my side right now.
Yeah, my webcam actually is on my side, but it just might be like internet connectivity issues or something.
Yeah, you're coming in all like staticky, but that's fine. You're still understandable though, just so you know.
Okay, yeah,
So
because my network strength seems okay.
yeah, so you might be stronger next time. So we might just try this on the other side on your side. But
Okay,
I'll teach you like I could teach you how to do OBS on this on your side if you ever need to.
right. Oh, I see right here our video connecting is very low.
Yeah.
What's the your time?
Actually, either way, like if either I was there, if I'm hosting, either way it works. Um. Anyway, like I think 2021 would probably be a better idea, like or at least put it like how Nintendo did it with like March. I mean, by then I think we'll be more stable by then, and people are like, yeah, maybe I'm in a mood for a new console.
Um, yeah, it will be. It's gonna be weird to see what happens. I mean, we know that Xbox is more powerful, I guess, from like spec perspective, where they put everything in it, and it should be pretty expensive from right here. I don't know if it's gonna be like 500 or 450 or what.
Yeah, like yeah, but here's the good thing about the Xbox right now. Like they're in a position, they're actually in a good position if this is right. Like if people have Xbox Ones, they'll be like, "Why do I need to buy an Xbox right now? I don't really have money right now to get it." And they have this thing which is called um backwards, forwards compatible. So like they have like a couple games that there's so far there's 3 games that are confirmed to be forward compatible. So one would be one would be Gears of War 5, Gears 5. Another one would be Halo Infinite, and then Cyberpunk.
Mm.
So I think they'll be fine for a little bit because Microsoft knows that wow, your doctor.
I turned it off just to see if maybe it would help the signal.
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you, so you're fine. So this we're almost.
And everything. So I just turned off my webcam. So enjoy Doctor Weird.
Behold, Kyle.
Gentlemen, I have grafted a deer antler to my groin, so I'll fit in with the rest of the herd.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. You're
and
fine. You
that
sound a
seemed
lot
to help
better.
actually. Everything's coming in loud and clear. So
Yeah, you're fine now. But
yeah,
yeah. Sorry about that. This is still new to us, so we're gonna be working with a couple formats right now.
yeah,
So, but so this will be all like test footage. Tell us how much we suck. We don't care. If you comment, thank you for the feedback. Um, but yeah, like here's another thing I know about it. Like I said, I think Microsoft is in a good position right now where people are gonna go buy games and be like, yeah, I'll buy this game now and then have forwards compatible, or fast deliver or forward delivery they like to call it. And
yeah. So
yeah,
no, please continue.
and all the consoles will have SSDs that will help them load a lot better, so it has less restraint on the hardware itself.
Is Microsoft's SSD special like Sony's is though?
Uh, they have here's the thing though, their SSD is like regular. They actually have a special expansion port in the back where you buy a special external hard drive that looks like a memory card. It's a 1 terabyte hard drive, and you put it in there.
Hmm.
It's an SSD too, by the way.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So Sony's has like 800, while so Microsoft has a terabyte. So like
Yeah, it's weird. Sony, I think, picked that number just to save a little money because it sounds like their system is a lot more custom, where Microsoft has put a lot of PC parts that like a lot of people know about, where Sony's been designing a lot of new stuff for the actual system.
yeah, like I know like Sony like right now because so with Sony they play it like safe type of thing. So like right now they don't do like the razor blade thing where they sell it at a loss and then make a profit later with software. I know that, but I do know that they're trying to make profit off of it while still making it. But I think right now, what from the rumor leaks right now that are coming, the leaks that are popping out, that the PlayStation 4 might play. I mean PlayStation 5. Sorry,
Yeah.
PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 will be $400 system.
And that's a good price point, honestly,
I think
because
so
at the
too.
end of the day, when you hear people online talking about teraflops, and let's face it, a lot of these YouTubers are just regurgitating information off of spec sheets without actually understanding them, you're
Yeah,
not really going to see too much of a major difference between the two consoles unless you're actually, set up in the proper way to see the difference.
like digital foundries.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
two people that actually went to go see the Xbox like hardware and everything. They were the only two YouTubers that were allowed, which was Austin Evans, which he did a really good video. He even actually tried to build the Xbox One, Series X in front of the people that made the system,
Yeah.
and it was funny. Like I
I
enjoyed
mean,
it.
that's the thing with the Series X is essentially like all the stuff inside of it is available. Um,
Like a
you know,
PC,
it's
like a
yeah,
PC.
it's not new technology where it sounds like Sony at least is making some sort of attempt with something unique exclusively for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, and I know that I know Xbox is trying to go for the power with. That's why they went for for the GameCube approach, compact but yet powerful. You know.
Yeah.
Um, and then Sony's is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a brick. I feel like it's just gonna be a straight up like square brick.
I hope it fits inside an entertainment center.
I think so too. The way they're talking about it, it seems like it's gonna feel it. The way they showed it, like in their blueprints and how they showed it, it seems like it's gonna fit an an
Yeah,
entertainment
because
center.
to be honest, I don't like the way the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X looks. It looks horrendous. And
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are saying it's powerful and stuff, but I'm like, I where am I gonna put that thing? Like I'm like a normal dude with like a living room, like with an entertainment center. Like
yeah,
how the hell am I gonna fit that in an entertainment center? And then they're like, well, you can turn it on its side, but we've designed it to be in this chimney shape so it can
yeah.
cool properly. So it's like, okay, well, like,
Yeah, but I will say one thing: it's not as ugly as I thought it was gonna be after actually seeing like the actual scale of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is smaller than it actually looks
yeah.
when you see
That's
the
why I said it looks like
pictures.
it looks like a longer version of a GameCube.
Yeah. And it
Which,
seems like the Xbox system, the new one, is very much catering towards the Xbox fan base.
yeah, because like Microsoft, their thing is gonna be they want to be a brand. Like
Yeah.
you can get your Xbox if you want your Xbox system, come to our system. Like if you want your games on the PC, come and play our games on the PC. Hell,
Yeah.
hell, if you don't want to buy it on the Microsoft store, go on the Steam. Go on Steam. We'll have it on Steam too. Like seriously, like Microsoft wants you to play their games, which
I
is
mean,
cool.
ultimately, Microsoft is probably wanting to be like,
Also, don't forget they
yeah,
have XCloud.
yeah, that's where I was going in the future. It's just like Xbox will just be a service that can run on any type of device when the technology actually gets there.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. And you know what? You know what? I there's nothing really interesting to me that I had to play this year. And like I said, I got a PC. I started playing with the Game Pass, and I gotta say, Game Pass is really worth it. You get first party exclusives, and even if you're a college kid, it is definitely worth having.
yeah, well, I mean, Game Pass is something that has already existed. I mean, it's nothing new
No,
for
it's like
this new generation of
it's a game
Xbox,
it's
but
a
it's
game
just
version of Netflix.
yeah. But I
Like,
mean, I guess it is because you do play a monthly fee and then you have everything
yeah,
good to go.
I'm only paying for the PC version, which is $5 a month, which is
Yeah,
still not that bad.
it's not bad at all.
Like I just played like I said I just played for Gears of War 4 and 5, and I was playing and I'm trying out other games just because I was like I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like yeah, it's coming out the Microsoft store, but you're paying only $5. Come on.
And I guess, depending on what the new consoles will be, I mean, from what you say about like the Game Pass thing, it's almost like the console is sort of like
You're the hub.
more for, it's more for like the hardcore, I guess, like fans of Xbox
Yeah,
because essentially, like, they want it to be like, well, you can play Xbox on anything eventually.
yeah. How
So
how like I do agree with that. Like I said, like I said, they really want to push the Game Pass as well because like that's what's gonna push that system. I think more than anything when Microsoft comes to marketing it. Oh well, we understand that $60 per game is a lot, but here's a free month of Game Pass. I bet you that's what they're gonna do when they launch that system. They're gonna be like, here's the controller, here's the thing, and here's a Game Pass Ultimate for a month.
probably, I mean, I think they already sell Xboxes with Game
They
Pass
do, they do,
already. So
they do. But once you hear like, oh, that comes with a bunch of games already, I feel like that might be the push.
yeah, but here's the problem with the new Xbox. It doesn't sound like a new system. It
Yeah,
doesn't have exclusive games that are only on the new Xbox,
yeah, and they
at
said,
least for the first year, they
yeah,
said.
the first two to one first year, second 2 years.
And, sometimes it might be for like, gamers. I would say, it's hard to say because, most people play video games now and know what's going on, but
Yeah,
the more hardcore gamers will understand the difference, but a lot of other people might just be like, this game is the same game I can get on my regular Xbox. Why should I buy this new Xbox that's like $500?
yeah, but then like here's the hilarious part: when they do buy it, they'll be like, wait, why does this? Wait, so this game has forward compatibility? That's gonna be the hilarious part when they find out that.
Yeah, but are people even going to care, Kyle? Like, how many
No,
people are actually like replaying games that they just bought?
you'd be surprised how many people replay games. Not like when they buy them, like when they go back.
I'm just saying, like, if they're playing online, I guess that's like a different thing. But like,
Yeah,
how many people really are interested in taking advantage of like the more power, I guess, is the best way to describe
yeah.
it.
That's
Because
probably I would say like maybe like a good 20%. 20.
yeah, I would say that's a good number to say.
But yeah, but
More
knowing
more people know about the differences than they don't know about them now. But at the same time, it really depends on what's going to be the price point.
but
What
here's
exactly is going to set this Xbox apart from the previous Xbox One?
yeah, that one was a bomb.
Yeah,
Thanks 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 Mark I can't remember that guy's name, Mark Zerny or something.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the reason that whole thing happened.
The name is terrible though. They're just calling it Xbox.
Yeah, and also the way they present it was TV, 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 TV.
No, I'm talking about the new Xbox though. They're just calling it Xbox.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they
how,
just called
how, how
the
are they going
Xbox.
to distinguish it from being something different? A
I
lot of
don't.
people be like, what is this, like a more powerful Xbox One?
Yeah,
Which essentially it is technically. I mean, if it has all the same games, and the new games are not going to have any type of new branding,
that's true.
it makes it very confusing to people where it's like so this my old Xbox still plays all the new games, but this new Xbox plays them better. But
Yeah,
I'm not actually but I actually don't need the new Xbox.
yeah.
That's like the weird part about their whole strategy. And who knows, maybe it might work when they actually start marketing it. But like
Like something
on the
like
Sony side, it makes more sense because like
it's an up the
PlayStation
number.
5,
Yeah, better.
5 is greater than 4, you know? And we haven't seen any of the games for any of these systems yet.
Yeah.
So I would
Here.
assume Sony must
Oh
have
no,
some
we already
sort of
saw it. We already
exclusive.
saw one. We already saw one game for it, and it's a good example of forward. Forward. What do you call it? Smart delivery. That's what it's called. It's called smart
Right.
delivery, which is Gears 5. Which the best way they described it is like playing Gears of War in ultra settings.
Yeah, but still, you can play Gears of War on
A computer.
your Xbox One. So
Yeah. But no, I'm
Like
just saying like
what
that's a good example of
what's
like
the difference? It's like, okay, like I buy this new system
dynamic
and I can play the
raging.
game I already played, except it looks slightly nicer.
Oh
Like
no, like Gears of
that's
War.
cool, but what's new about this system? That's the main thing I'm like trying to,
Yeah, no,
see
I get
is
what you're
like,
saying. I get what you're saying. I'm just
yeah,
letting you know
because
what.
it seems like there's nothing new about it besides for like it's a beefier Xbox. That's great, but like what's different about this than
Yeah,
Xbox One if I'm just going from a pure like being able
yeah,
to play games? Like what's the new hot game on Xbox Series X to oppose the Xbox One?
yeah.
There
I
is
see.
none.
I do see what you're
They're
saying.
the same. So why should I buy it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's why I brought
It's
up.
like okay, this is beefier and it looks nicer, but do I really need that? Is
Yeah,
like the main thing, you know?
yeah. That's why I figured I'd tell you. Like I've seen like not a real game on it yet, but at least a good example of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's like it's like PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One, and Xbox One X. Now
Yeah,
we just have Xbox
yeah.
XX or whatever,
Be careful. Don't put
So
another X there. Don't put another. Don't put another X, man. That's what I tell. That's what I'll tell. That's what I'll tell Microsoft right away. Or
might
what is it?
sell more if they have Xbox Triple X.
Oh God, is this stand for Xbox 30? Yeah, sure.
It's like now you're playing with power, maximum power.
Yeah, I do know one thing about the PlayStation though. It's like here's the thing. This is the console, and you're gonna agree with me with this. What's more important is the content though. Content is
Yeah,
king. So like Sony needs to show what will bring on there, what they're gonna bring on there. And you know what I think they might just do? Hey guys, I know you've been waiting for this. Spider-Man 2. Like just them showing that off will probably get people to be like, "Oh my god."
I think they will show off that game. I don't know when that game will actually be ready, but
And
that's
rumor
definitely something they're working on
and the
for
rumor
sure.
is it might be taking place during Christmas, which
Okay.
which actually would be a good way of continuing if you played the games and Peter is depressed, still with Mary Jane and everything.
Oh no, spoilers.
I'm not gonna say anything except for that, you know.
Yeah.
And then like they say like weather dynamic is always a good way to show off your console. So like have it take place during winter where New York is snowing and everything.
I mean, that would be very cool.
Hell,
And I guess if we're
hell,
just gonna focus on the pure consoles, and now we'll talk about the Sony side, is
yeah,
Sony does have, exclusives that at least I personally care more about, but
yeah. I mean, same
they're
here.
gonna be, only on PlayStation 5,
Yeah, because
which people will understand the difference where, if they announce like, God of War 2, people and
PlayStation.
it's only on PlayStation 5, they'll be like, okay, I need to get a PlayStation 5 to
Yeah,
oppose to what you're saying is Gears of War 5,
it's like on.
but like you could still play it on your previous console. It's like, why do I buy that previous console?
Yeah,
Why do I buy the new one?
yeah. Also, why should I buy an Xbox when I can play it on a PC?
I mean that too. I mean,
Yeah,
if you like PC games,
yeah. No, I just figured I'd put a good example right there too. Because remember how you said it's like,
yeah, yeah. I mean that's ultimately their goal is to play Xbox on anything. I mean, eventually you'll be able to play it on mobile
just
phone or your Samsung refrigerator, but
oh no,
there's still
you're gonna be able to play Xbox games on your Switch. They've been slowly doing that.
yeah, I mean, it will be interesting if they do have like an app that you download on Nintendo Switch and then you can play Xbox games.
I
That would
mean,
be pretty.
there's already one Xbox game that's actually on it that's published by Microsoft, and that's Ori, and that's the Ori games, the first one, the definitive version. That's on Switch right now.
I thought there was more on Switch because isn't Super Lucky Tail on Switch
Yeah,
as
Super Lucky
well?
Tail, but that's not published by Microsoft.
Oh, okay. And then that
The one that the
whatever
Xbox version was.
that Cuphead game is also
Yeah,
on
that one was
Nintendo
published
Switch
by
as
them
well.
too. By the
Yeah,
they were public. That was not published by Microsoft. That was published in house by the developers,
yeah,
which is only two people. And that game's hard. I love playing it on my Switch though.
yeah. Played it a few times. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
But yeah, I mean, we don't know any of the exclusives. with everything going on in the world, who knows? They might just hold off on everything, and then once all this passes, they might be like, well, the systems are coming out next year.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe they might even release them like depending on what happens like in the winter or something.
yeah,
Like a March release like they did with Nintendo Switch.
yeah. Like
But
I did say that before. Like they could do a March release.
yeah.
Like, look, Nintendo did a really good job on a March release. You don't have if Nintendo proved anything, you can launch outside of a holiday out of a holiday month.
Yeah, if anything, it might even work a little bit better with logistics because by the time the holidays come out for the year you launched, you'll actually have supply in the store. Unlike when you launch in November, it's like, oh, like I want to get my kid a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. Oh, they're all sold out
Yeah,
because they just came out. So
yeah. Like I said, we'll see though. Like I said, these consoles seem very interesting, and they're definitely a step forward than what we got last year, last generation. Which they're still great consoles. Don't get me wrong on that.
yeah.
It's just they weren't like a graphical leap like they were. Because remember, the recession did this.
I mean, with the PS4 and the Xbox One, respectively, they both were designed very similar. They
Yeah,
both were using, uh, similar parts, but now with these new consoles, it seems like Xbox continued that trend of using, existing parts where PlayStation, Sony actually seems like they're designing a console again, because there is some unique stuff inside the actual box.
yeah. There's like a lot of unique things.
And granted, I'm sure there are some unique things in the new Xbox Series X. However, it seems like Sony has highlighted what exactly is unique about PlayStation 5, where Xbox is just like, it's powerful. There's no denying that. The Xbox One Series, whatever
Yeah, they
Xbox,
both
I
have ray
don't even know
tracing
what to
too.
call it, to be honest, but it seems like it's more capable for higher quality graphics. So,
Yeah, and it has both system have ray tracing, which is like they take all the lights and everything and ray
yeah,
tracing
yeah,
everything.
it's a new thing
There's one
for,
thing I do know about this, and I have experience with this stuff, is that they're both using an AMD processor, which is like a Zen It's like something like a Zen processor, a Ryzen. It's like a Ryzen processor. It's like a Zen processor too. It's just like a very high processor right now. They're both
well, the
they're using the second
AMD
one.
processors are more, at least from I know some people that are into building PCs, they're more in tune for gaming. Um,
Oh yeah, no, I have a Ryzen 5 in my laptop,
yeah,
and
and I think the reason why they went with the AMD though over Intel is probably because AMD is cheaper.
yeah,
Intel stuff is more expensive from what I know when
yeah,
it comes
they
to
usually
hardware
are.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but
The AMD, they're just as capable as the Intels, and they're usually sold a little bit. They're less expensive, so it makes sense.
yeah,
Back in the day, AMD processors had like a heat issue, but I'm sure they've like solved that now.
yeah.
It
I know
seems
that
like they're just as good as the Intel ones. So
I know that I think it was AMD that powered the GameCube processor, or was it AT? No, it's ATI. That's it. Yeah,
ATI might have just made the
yeah.
chips
No, I
for
was
the
trying to remember what
GameCube.
they did. I think I might be getting them confused, but
Only a few companies actually make processors. Not a lot of companies will make chips,
yeah,
but only a few companies actually make processors because the whole, you know, manufacturing of transistors, which are, we're talking like nanometers,
yeah,
is very hard. So I think there's only like a handful of companies that are capable of making processors, but
yeah,
Intel and AMD are the big ones.
yeah.
I don't know any other companies off the top
Me
of my
neither.
head that actually make processors, except for like maybe like Texas Instruments, because they seem to make like everything.
They seem to do like It's like, oh, they only make calculators. No, they make a lot of things.
No, they're one of the first like electronic companies, so
Yeah,
you know.
like I said, my like I said, the good thing about like AMD processors is like with the Ryzen core, you can actually overclock them. So if Sony and
You can
Microsoft,
overclock any processor, to be
yeah, but this
honest.
doesn't. But this one doesn't have like you can unlock it like immediately. You don't have to go like into the program to overclock them.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Well,
trying to say.
they made it more accessible for you to overclock it. Overclocking was one of those things where back in the day you'd have to like actually go into like the system and know what you're doing, like go into the BIOS and change the settings that way. But now they made it so, any schmuck can overclock their
Yeah,
processor.
it's like a switch.
And I'm sure, they have it overclocked to a certain extent, so like, people don't actually break their processors.
Yeah,
Because I know, like, you could like break your processor if you like overclocked it like years ago. Like, if you didn't know exactly what you were doing and you didn't have like the right type of heating elements inside the computers.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, I figure I bring up like that too, because they're very, for, like I'm not a big like computer, like I'm not a big computer guy, but I have enough to understand, what's really good and everything, what's good and what's not good.
Yeah.
So like that's why I figured like bring up the Ryzen the processor they're using too, like because I figured that because they both are using essentially the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it makes sense because AMD is, I think even the Nintendo Switch uses the AMD processor.
oh no I think yeah you might be right. I know that they use I know they use a GeForce graphics something in there.
Yeah, that's like an NVIDIA
And
graphics card,
yeah,
but I don't think like NVIDIA makes processors. Who knows though? Maybe they do. I'm not as well informed about the actual like manufacturing of these systems as I used to be.
yeah,
So, but yeah, they both seem very capable. The thing I like the most is I do like how the PlayStation 5 is actually like a console again.
yeah.
It's not just like a PC. It is a console. It's not as powerful as the Xbox Series X. However, it does have some interesting things in it for cutting down load times. And I wonder if that will ultimately make the difference because, we see the Nintendo Switch selling like hotcakes. That's the weakest one on the market right now.
Yep.
If the PS5 is two guys buy like, Madden and the guy on PS5s loads faster, that ultimately might be what people want. But who knows? Maybe the visual difference between the two versions will be that substantial with the Xbox Series X,
Like I
but we don't know until they actually come out.
like I said, content is going to be king that will defy these two systems. That's why Microsoft has been buying up all these studios recently.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, Ninja Theory is working on what is it, Hellblade 2?
yep,
So
I did play their Blood Edge on Xbox Game Pass. It's not that bad. It's a multiplayer game,
cool.
but I feel like it has potential, but I feel like it could do better.
Nice.
Like it's one of those types
I
of
like
games.
Ninja Theory. They've made some pretty interesting games over the years, and
Yeah,
for the
and
most part, I've enjoyed all the games they've made. Even DMC Devil May Cry is fine.
we
I just
both
wish it wasn't Devil May Cry,
come
but like
on,
it's a fine game.
come on. They should have just called it Nephilim or
Yeah,
something.
it should have just been its own thing, and it would have been good. But like
They
Enslaved is a fantastic game that you can get for like $4.
yeah, and the main character is played by Gollum, which is
Yeah,
so lit.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, which is unreal when you found that out. You're like,
Yeah, I had
"What?"
no idea. I was
Yeah,
just
and
like
then I told yeah, he was the bad guy in Heavenly Blade and you're
Heavenly
like, "Wait,
Sword.
what?" Heavenly
Yeah,
Sword. Yeah, you're like, "Wait, what?" Yeah,
that
they
was a good game too, Heavenly Sword. It's kind of funny because I guess like Hellblade 2 will be like, how like Heavenly Sword was like the game on the PS3 that kind of was just like, look at what this shit can do.
yeah,
Like, will Hellblade 2 be that game for the Series X?
it could be. You might be right.
Yeah,
And it's a budget game, so it's still like being approached.
Is it
Maybe
a budget game though? Because they're owned by Microsoft now,
who
so
knows? It might be one of those games that it's just like a smaller game that you could buy for
I
like
don't know.
$25
Maybe
dollars. Who
Bill
knows?
Gates just park that dump truck of money
You
in
know
front
Bill
of their
Gates. You know Bill
office.
Gates is not on the board of directors anymore, right?
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, he's retiring so he can help on the global pen with the Earth's health and everything.
Okay.
Like
Makes sense.
he's been on that for a while, like helping to get people healthy and everything
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know he's been making like desalination machines and stuff in like Africa and
Yeah.
things like that.
So he's like being more focused on that now.
Yeah.
That Ninja Theory, Double Fine's a good company. I mean, they have Tim. They freaking got Tim. They pretty much got the Tim Burtis of video games with that guy, which is Tim
Which
Safer.
who's Double Fine? Is that like the Psychonauts
Yeah,
guy? Okay.
yeah, who did like Brutal Legends. He was like pretty much like the Tim Burtis of video games, pretty much, in a
What was
weird
his
way.
like big claim to fame though? Because he did something before Psychonauts and Brutal Legend. Because I never hear anybody talk about
He
Brutal
did all
Legend.
those LucasArts story adventure games that had a lot of humor and
Oh,
everything,
okay. So that's why
like Grim
he's famous.
Fandango and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, those PC games back in the
Yeah,
day.
he was famous for those storytelling.
Yeah, you think somebody who owns those games would, pop them all on some sort of collection and make a couple of bucks off of them, you know?
They've been remaking some of them too. Like they remade a full throttle, and believe it or not, that had Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill in the game together.
Huh, that's fun.
Yeah, Mark Hamill with the good guy, and Kevin Conroy with the bad guy.
Oh
Apparently,
wow,
I
that's
was
kind
like
of interesting.
I was like,
I would
oh,
love to play that just to hear the contrast of like Joker as the good guy and Batman as the bad guy.
oh, I would love to do that. Actually, you could get it on the PS4 right now.
Really
Yeah, it's like
interesting.
$15. So
It's not bad.
it's like a it's like it's an adventure game, like like those old PC games, and they remastered it so it looks better.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they also got Obsidian Entertainment, which they got lucky on because they made Outer Worlds, and that game is like new Fallout to everybody now.
Have you played Outer
Oh
Worlds?
yeah, of course it is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that too from people that Outer Worlds is pretty good.
Yeah, and then they got the people that did Wasteland, which was the original people. Actually, hilariously, they pretty much got everybody that worked on the original Wasteland, and then they got the original people that worked on Fallout, which I kind of find out funny.
Well, didn't Obsidian they did Fallout New Vegas,
Yeah,
right?
they did. They got screwed really hard, actually.
Yeah,
From what I told you, they were 1 point off from getting bonuses.
right. Bethesda over the years has been turning into like,
A scumbag company.
yeah, they're just as bad as like EA or 2K or Ubisoft.
Fix your game. Monetization first, guys.
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's been a while since Ubisoft's released a broken game. Then again, I don't really play their stuff
Oh
too
no,
often.
they've done a lot of broken stuff. Like recently they did a broken game with um Ghost Recon Breaking Point,
Oh,
where
really?
they just released all the microtransactions, where you skip the pout to all the way to the to max level immediately.
Well, I'm not really talking about stuff like that. I mean, I'm talking about functional. Like, I remember
Oh,
like the last time they released like,
oh yeah, Assassin's Creed
like
Unity.
Assassin's Creed Unity and it was like totally like weird and bizarre and had like a bunch of glitches. I'm talking about like stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like microtransactions, that's a completely different thing.
that's oh sorry,
But
greed. Sorry, they got a little bit greedy. They're getting a little greedier.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
and not thinking about the consumer. They were thinking about themselves before the consumers. Um,
right.
yeah, like Bethesda's just turning like the good thing though is they did something that I've never seen them do before. Like Bethesda
Okay.
themselves, besides like what the other people outside of the Bethesda, which is id Software, they delayed something for the first time.
What they delay?
They delayed the Fallout content for the Wastelanders update, where it would have all the things that the game should have had.
Is that the thing that costs like $100 to play?
No, no, that's
Okay.
no. This is after, so they delayed that. So it's not coming out until this year. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's actually a good thing. That might be a good thing. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, all these companies are, like you said, we're gonna see. I'm wondering what next generation is gonna be like.
It's going to be interesting to see, and interesting to see when it actually begins with the whole health crisis going on right now. But
Yep. But
I think is that it, or we
yeah,
got
I
any?
I think we're gonna sign out from here. But
All right.
next time we'll be a little more positive next time.
I
So,
think we were okay, but
well, you know what
yeah,
I mean. Like we'll have a bet. We'll have a good subject next week. We just wanted to get our you know what I'm
we're
saying. Get our
testing this out. Who knows
test.
if this even goes online?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but if it goes online, like, favorite, subscribe. As always, this has been Mediaverse Podcast. Signing out. I'm Kyle. This is Dr. Weird Chris.
I'm Chris, and I turned off my webcam so we could continue streaming.
Yep. Have a good day. Have a good night.